Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the economic heartbeat of Rialto. Hi, I'm Deborah Robertson, the mayor of the city of Rialto, and your host this evening. And this evening, I have one of our businesses with us, a business member, and it's Mr. Tom Martinez for Martinez and Turek. Um, they are a business that's here in our community and has been here for quite some time. Tom, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so why don't you tell us a little bit about your business and when it started and how things are going for you?
Sure. Uh, the company was founded by my father and two other partners and myself in 1980. And we started in a garage-size industrial park in Corona.
Okay.
And we were there approximately 6 months, and we grew pretty quickly. And then we were in Corona for quite some time, 5 or 6 years. We grew again, and then we moved to Riverside.
Okay.
And we were in Riverside approximately 10 years. We outgrew that place, so we went hunting for a new facility, and we knew that the facility here in Rialto was available. It was quite a stretch for us at the time. And the city was very helpful to us to get us in there. We bought the property, and we started doing tenant improvements, and we moved in approximately 1996.
And what's the business? What types of business?
Yes. Well, we started as a machine shop.
Okay.
Now making small aerospace parts, parts you can hold in your hand. Very precision parts, but small things. I think our first year sales was maybe $150,000. And that's 4 people working full time.
Okay.
And we grew from there. We established a customer base and a reputation for quality. The business grows. It takes a long time. Nothing happens overnight. Every year we increase
your
revenues.
We
increased our revenues. And when we moved to Rialto, our sales were probably in the neighborhood of about $12 to $13 million. So that's, from 1980 to 1996, that's a nice run. And at one point we had 250 employees here in Rialto.
Okay.
And it's aerospace, it's engineering, but it's very large, complex, critical flight hardware, space hardware.
Very precise.
Yes, very precise. And now we employ approximately 25 full-time aerospace engineers right here in Rialto. And we're building launch systems, parts for launch vehicles.
Wow.
Primarily it's the rocket business, the rocketry business. Whenever you see rocket launches and orbiting satellites in the space program, we've had a direct hand in that one way or another, either engineering-wise or producing hardware.
Producing it. Oh,
yes.
That's amazing. That is
Yes.
amazing. And so you have 25 employees and...
No, 25 engineers.
25 engineers, but total site, how many?
150 employees.
150 employees.
Yes. Down from the 250, but
okay.
We're lean and we're competitive.
Well, and not only that, I guess technology and automation definitely
absolutely.
It kind of goes hand in hand.
At one time, we were one of the largest private employers in Rialto, but I think that I'm not sure if that's still the same anymore.
Oh, I don't know. I think you might be one that's running neck and neck.
Yeah,
with
private
employers.
Yes. So we're always
sure.
proud of that.
Yeah.
We're proud we could do that for the city and be here.
Oh, thank you. Tell us a little bit about your family.
Okay.
You said you're family-owned business and your dad's still there.
My father's still there. He's 81 years old. He still contributes. He comes in for a few hours a day, and he's still very interested and active. Of course, he's slowed down quite a bit, and he's still in business, on a day-to-day basis. And then the other partner, Turek, has got 3 of his family members working for us, and then we have another partner, Larry Tribe. His son works in a key position there at the company. Hopefully, he can help me retire.
Oh, really?
His son, yeah.
Great. Okay. And you've been there since you said 96?
1996, yes, is
and
when we moved in, yes.
And you feel like you're in the top, would you say Fortune 500, or have they been rated on Guns and
You know, I'm not sure.
Bradstreet?
I don't know if we're rated in that way.
Oh, okay.
Certainly within our industry, we're highly ranked,
You're highly ranked.
for what we do, yes.
Well, that's great. I mean, I
Yes.
don't think anybody had thought about the fact that we have a company in Rialto that is engineering and producing rocket launches and pieces of orbit things. I mean, that's absolutely fascinating.
Yes, I think we're unique in this part of the San Bernardino area, for sure. Yes.
Yeah, this definitely is. Well, you know, all businesses, when you get started, you have a little help. Somewhere along the way, someone has helped. What really got you guys started, though? We talked about you launched it in Corona. Was this just kind of an interest, or was someone in that kind of in that machine industry at the time?
Yeah. Well, my father has been a tool and die maker his whole life.
Oh, okay.
So here he is at 47 years old. He's tired of commuting to the Los Angeles area. He lived in Corona. The only reason he started the business, he got tired of commuting.
Tired of commuting.
That's it. And I had been working in the shop for a couple of years. Dad says, "Hey, you want to come to work?" Okay. I didn't have anything to lose. Not at 20 years old.
No, and it was employment, you know.
Yeah. So my father obviously had a great influence in the forming of the company, and then two other partners came aboard.
And grew.
Yes.
That's
the first
fantastic.
year we were in business in Corona, we worked 6 months straight without a day off. We worked 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. I'll never forget. We started in May. Our first day off was Thanksgiving Day.
Wow.
And we were working 7 days a week.
7
That's what
days.
it took to
get
get that first toehold. And
That's great.
it's better now. I don't work Saturdays anymore.
I was going to say, so basically, is it a 24-hour operation, or
Yes.
your company is
yes,
running
it's-
7 days a week,
yes,
24 hours,
yes,
right?
in one shape or another.
Right
yes,
on.
Yes.
So, you know, I would like to ask you, what do you think has been the smartest decision that you've made in your business community, or in development of your business?
Well, number one, it was moving to Rialto.
Well, that's always good.
Yes, that was good. The facility here was perfectly suited to us, and it was right at the right point of some major growth that we made. And the other one was emphasizing our engineering, the engineering part of the business, which is really taken
Moving
off.
in that direction.
So now we're selling more of what we know than what we make. What we make is important too, but what we know through the years has grown, and there's a market for that knowledge that we've accumulated over 30 years.
I was just going to ask you, do you feel like that clearly that market's going to grow and the demand is going to be there, and you're moving in that direction?
Yes, we believe so. We believe so, yeah. Engineering, you know, our revenues from engineering has increased dramatically. Yes.
Which type, are you looking at mechanical engineers more?
Yes.
Or is it more mechanical than
Yes.
civil, or?
Not civil, no.
Just
it's
the
mechanical
more the
engineers,
mechanical
mechanical, electrical, that sort of engineering discipline.
Well, I mean, and I think with all of the STEM programs that we have up in the schools, that you know, the youth in the schools definitely need to know that they need to be pursuing in the science and technology, engineering and math. They need to be looking at the mechanical engineering. I have a mechanical engineer at home.
Do you really?
She's a total of, will be 3. She takes everything apart. So we'll have to talk.
Okay, yes, absolutely.
If I could get her potty trained, could you use her or something?
We hire interns. We go to some of the schools and we talk about some of the bright students that are coming up, and we do recruiting.
Good, great.
And so we have a
Glad to
nice
hear
mix
that.
of younger folk and highly experienced professionals.
Fantastic.
at
That's
our
really
shop.
good. I mean, I think when we're asking children or wanting them to look into those areas, they need to be able to find some appropriate internship assignments around the area. Well, you know, here in Rialto, we pride ourselves on being business friendly, and it sounds like, you know, even back then in 1995, 96, you were able to make the moves that you needed to make, and the community was working. So what has been some of the advantages? Have you had some opportunities to work with the city on other projects or expansion, and have you found how the city has assisted you?
Yes, you know, it's gone way back when we first came here with Mayor John Longville.
Mm-hmm.
He was very instrumental in making the move here good for us. He helped with a low interest grant that helped us move over here, our low interest loan that helped us move here, and we had, you know, you have to meet criteria, hiring criteria, and we met all that. We made him look good. We made, you know, the folks that gave us the loan look good. We paid all that off, and we hired many more people than we thought.
When you thought you were going to.
Yes, it was great. So, so we've been helped quite a bit, and the folks that work at the City Hall have been very good with us, you know, helpful with us.
Good.
Streamlined a lot of issues that we might have. It's been a pretty good relationship.
But the flip side of the coin, what's been some of the challenges for you?
The challenges have been the nature of our business, which is it's tied to defense spending typically, and it goes up with the aerospace market up and down. And right now the sequestration issues that are in the Capitol,
national level.
yes, it's been very difficult for us managing that because we don't know what they're doing up there. So it prevents us from making decisions more than, you know, it's always short-term decisions, and that's not always great. So we're dealing with that right now. There was several contracts we thought we would be receiving by now, and they've been put off or canceled. So, but we have a very broad customer base and sales staff, and we're making up for it. But it's a challenge.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I would think that even though you said, you know, the federal side and the sequester that's underway, but like you talked about, there seems to be such a growth on the private side of others who are also still launching their own satellites and launching pads, and it's almost, I believe, part of the reason why they seem to be moving away from a public program and into the private program. But you know, when you mentioned John's been one that's been a champion of transportation for quite some time. So I don't know if he's aware that you've evolved into the area of now that you're into dealing with orbits and launching pads for things that are actually going into space. That would be fascinating for him.
Yeah, I think he has a pretty good idea.
Oh, good.
He took a trip with me to unveil a vehicle that we made for Boeing.
Oh.
He flew with me to Seattle, and
great.
We gave a nice presentation, but it's expanded greatly. And you mentioned the private sector. Yes, one of our customers is SpaceX. They're in El Segundo, and you've heard, I don't know if you've heard about them. They've launched to the space station. And then the other one is Orbital Science. They just launched their Antares rocket, and we built the whole launch system for that. We designed and built the entire erector system that moves the rocket out to the launch pad and erects it up on the launch site.
Oh,
you may have seen it over there and testing it.
I believe over at your site.
Yes, at our site.
Well, I tend to, when I drive down Cedar, I look over. I don't quite know what I should be looking for. So now I'll have.
It's a big rocket launcher, is what you're seeing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will have
it's pretty impressive.
A keen eye for it. But you know, we're going to take a break right now for a moment. When I come back, I really would like to continue this conversation about the technology and the space age that you know that's occurring right here in Rialto.
That's right, space age right here in Rialto.
Right here in Rialto. I would hope that your audience, you'll stay tuned. We'll be right back after we take a little pause for the moment.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away. But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size.
We've done what you told us.
There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat. Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Well, thank you for joining us. And again, this is the Economic Heartbeat of Rialto, and I'm the host, Mayor Deborah Robertson. I'm here interviewing one of our local business members, and it's Mr. Martinez, and he's with Martinez Turek. And so we were discussing the launching business and the fact of what you are building over there at your facility on Cedar. And as you were talking, I was wondering, in addition to the internships, do you find yourself and your company spending time assisting with science competitions and things that in partnership here with the school districts?
No, you know, we're not currently doing that, but what we have been speaking about lately is a formal apprenticeship program. You know, it takes resources, it takes the energy to do that.
True.
It's an investment, and you know, sometimes that gets a little bit lost in the day-to-day details of keeping a business running, making payroll, and that sort of thing. But that's certainly been an issue that's been brought up, that we want to work on, as I said, an apprenticeship program, working with the colleges. You know, we haven't really thought about any lower levels of education to start working with, but but the skills that are needed are found for our engineering group. Of course, it's found in engineering type of disciplines, but we're thinking that way more than we used to.
Well, great. I'm glad to hear that, because there's still there's definitely a need, and then there's resources available to partner with private sector, especially as it relates to in the workforce investment programs and funds that are available. Even to the point that sometimes we tend to think about the traditional paths of the junior colleges and others, but we also need to think about partnering with some of the private colleges that can bring that same type of mechanical engineering. So whenever you're really ready, I'd love to further explore that with you.
Sure.
That's one of
we
the
have
things.
an open mind.
Okay, good, because I've got an open mind too. It's just fascinated with a number of ideas.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to get younger folks interested in what we do over here. It is, like I said, it is unique. I don't think many people are building rocket launch systems out here, and
it's exciting.
We have a very open mind about getting folks interested in what we're doing out there.
So what do you see right now as some of your biggest business opportunities coming for you in the, say, next 2 to 5 years?
The private
Moving more
rocket,
into the private
the
side.
private launch business. Primarily, it's 2 companies, but there's also the spaceport that's being built in New Mexico to take space tourists. That's being built, and that's due to go operational. The interest in space travel and the needs of launch vehicles and rockets to orbit satellites for all the high technology devices that we all use, that's not getting smaller. That's getting larger.
That's right.
So our business, we say we're aerospace engineers and we manufacture aerospace items, but the aero part of our business is getting smaller. It's the space portion that's growing.
Wow.
And it's been like that, a trend for quite some time. We really make very little airborne vehicle, the aero part of the business. Aircraft are not being built in the same great numbers that they used to be in Southern California. So our business focus has been on the space portion. Anything from flight hardware to these specialized launch systems. And we're installing work at Vandenberg Air Force Base, Edwards Air Force Base, Wallops Island, Virginia. There's this new spaceport there, and of course in Florida on the Cape. So we're heavily involved with all the launch systems that are going on all over the country, both military and or defense related and commercial.
You know, and it's amazing because I think as you're talking about, I think about some of the large companies that not only are here, like you named all these sites in the United States, but a lot of companies actually start going global, and they, you know, such as Bechtel's and all of them. And have you seen yourself going global, or are you partnering with other other countries as
oh
relates
yeah,
to their
we have
privatization?
sporadically we do. You know, we've had some contracts that we've performed in Europe. We've teamed with primarily European, you know, aerospace companies, and we're always looking for those opportunities. We don't have one fixed customer. Every customer is unique. We have to cultivate and keep our customers happy, and we do so. We do so consistently for all these years, and it's paid off.
Well, you know, and I think kind of a general opinion, sometimes people think that federal government is abandoning the space program or moving away from it, and I don't think it's that they're abandoning it. I think what they're doing is just what you're doing. It's shifting, and it's becoming more into a privatization type of a process and for profit, and so you know, the market again is driving the demand, and it looks like you're right there on the cutting edge of that demand.
Yeah, but you know, there's always competition. You know, no matter what you do, there's always competition, and so we have to stay sharp, and we're always improving our quality systems and our processes, and it's always a challenge to. We're always being challenged.
So, do you see yourself with future expansion in Rialto? Or is your site
no, our site, no. Oh
you,
no. Oh no, we bought, you know, when we bought the site, we had outgrown 3 other sites. We weren't going to make that mistake again. So we have 6 acres that are undeveloped right next to our. We're on 12 acres total, and 6 acres is undeveloped and vacant, and we've always had the idea that we could expand if we needed to, but right now I think we're doing okay.
Great. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear that you won't have to go looking for another place to relocate, and we'll actually be able to say. Well, you know, I just want to say, Tom, that part of this whole reason to ask business to come in and talk with us is so that the residents, the citizens of Rialto, they can really find out that they have a very rich and I'll say exciting economic community that's going on here in Rialto, and your business is clearly just demonstrating that in the fact that, like you say, you started in Tool and Die, or
Tool and Die. It was not bigger than this room here. It was. And you've managed to,
as they say, re-engineer your business to move with whatever the market demands are. So that's fantastic, and I think the residents of Rialto should be proud to know that they have this type of a business.
They should be. What we do here is
it's amazing.
It's not an average business. It's unique in Rialto. I'm positive.
I don't think when I drive down the street, I don't know how many businesses I could point to say that they're actually building.
Good. It's good that we bring that sort of technology right here
at home, right in their backyard.
Exactly.
So, you know, and like you said, you give some thought to exploring the apprenticeship program and partnering. And you know, again, I think the public-private partnership paths are the way to go to make sure things can happen, you know. So I look forward to talking with you about that. You know, in closing, I always ask the business person, please share with our young members of our community, what do you think they should do when they're pursuing their career goals or their paths or educational opportunities? What would you recommend that they take? What pearls of wisdom could you share with them?
That's a good question, because I have a 13-year-old daughter, and she's starting to think about college and those sort of things, and I tell her to find a passion and something that you really interests you, and put everything you can into that.
Okay.
The money will follow.
Mm-hmm.
If you're good at something, if you're really good and you're passionate about it, I believe that success will follow.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the other way around.
Right.
To go looking to make money or to find a career that you're going to have material things from, I don't think that's the way to go. My father followed that path. He had a passion for mechanical things and making things and being creative, and you know, it worked for him.
It worked.
He was born in Watts, California.
So
Extremely disadvantaged. And he had a vision, and he had drive, and he had a passion for being creative and making things. And
look where it's
look where he's
taken him.
at.
I'm
Yes,
telling
it's
you,
amazing.
It's amazing. We both said it's amazing.
It's unbelievable. And I've benefited from that. You know.
And you spoke of your daughter, and we didn't talk about the family.
Yes.
So what's your family makeup?
Yeah, I'm married, and I have three kids. I have an older daughter, and I have a grandchild. She's 5. Yes.
Well, that 3-year-old mechanical engineer I was talking about is a granddaughter.
Excellent.
Takes everything apart.
That's
everything.
You know what?
Apart.
That's how I was.
Yeah. Well,
and my father recognized that, and he nurtured that in me.
Yep.
And so, yes, and I think it's really important for people to do something that they really like, and success. I believe success will follow if you work hard at it and you put enough time into it, and people see passion.
Yeah.
People recognize it and will want to reward it,
and
whatever it may be.
And if nothing else, you should do exactly what brings you enjoyment.
Absolutely.
Because life is so short.
That's right.
I don't care how long it goes, it still seems to be short.
That's right.
Well, you know, it's been a pleasure talking with
great.
you,
Thank
Tom, and I really appreciate you taking the time and
Thank you.
coming
Thank you for
to
having me.
share with the community, with Rialto, exactly the jewel. I keep saying that Rialto is truly the jewel of the Inland Empire. And you're just one of those jewels that we have right here.
I like to think so.
And I really appreciate your business.
Well, you're welcome to come visit us anytime.
Well, I would love to come down there, and I'm going to probably see if our former mayor would like to come and join me. So,
John would love to.
If he is not, I mean, he's really into still transportation and moving the Inland Empire.
I understand.
So I don't know. Maybe I should ask him if he'd like to see if we can launch it by a rocket on a rocket
He
pad.
would love to see what we've done there with the facility. He saw us when we moved here, and it was a little bit more raw. What we've done over there is pretty interesting, even with our infrastructure and our facility.
Yeah, that's great. I will definitely take you up on that offer. And so I would like to say to the audience, it's been a pleasure sitting here talking with Mr. Martinez of Martinez Turek, and I will look forward to seeing you again when we play Economic Heartbeat of Rialto. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.